Hello everyone and welcome to this Fairies Oracle and Witches Tarot reading. And this time we are doing a reading while we have the new moon in Virgo. So that's when the sun and the moon are conjunct in a specific zodiac sign, and this time it is a new moon in Virgo. So let's see what the fairies have for us, and as always the fairies are here with trying to put a smile on our faces, living in harmony with both ourselves, each other, and the fairies. And they just want us to come into a more peaceful way of living, and also not to take everything too seriously, but to keep our energies going through humor and also having fun, while we of course realize that life is to be taken seriously. But it's about opening up our awareness that that through humor and joy and compassion for each other, we can easily go through life while we also know and accept and acknowledge that what we do is not a small thing, that life is not a small thing, it is serious. So let's see what the cards are saying to us this time. And as I was shuffling the deck this time, I only had 2 cards coming out, and they didn't come out together. So I shuffled the deck multiple times, asking the same questions. You know, what are you here to show us this time through this new moon in Virgo? What are your messages for us? So we only have 2 cards this time. So let's dive into them and see what they have for us. It seems like a rather simple message this time. But the first card we have out is card number 13, Solace, which normally is talking about spiritual empowerment, knowledge, and awareness and consciousness. But as we can see, he's coming out in reverse this time. So it's like all this, the light is down here, and up here we have, it's like a sun, but it's very far away from us. And also we have some kind of shadow stuff going on each side of this light point. So this is talking about that we now need to ask for help, assistance, and guidance, because the light is there to support us always. But we need to ask for it, especially when we feel that our light within ourselves, you know, there's like a veil between ourself and our innermost, our soul. It's like when we lose track of where we are headed and losing track of ourselves, you know, really losing kind of touch with our innermost, our inner being. So the sun is still here, the light is always here, and we just need to call it in right now, because it seems as if there is something here we need to expand on. There's some kind of knowledge or awareness that we now need to enter. So we really need to ask for what we thought was lost, perhaps, if there's a different cause or reason for something, or anything that we have left behind, that we have given up hope, then this card is telling us there's always hope, but you just need to tune into Solace, to the light, and call on that, and then he will provide us with the specific spiritual empowerment so that we can come back into our own power again and being in alignment with our innermost, our inner being. And that is leading us to card number 3 over here, the Guardian of the Gate. I don't know if you noticed that there was actually a white spider crawling down this card, as I think it came in with all the branches and flowers I was just out in the garden to pick up for this reading. So anyway, a spider is telling us that we are creating our own web, that we are also part of this, that we are also a spark of God, which is perfectly in alignment with this card over here, that we must not forget that we are a spark, original spark of light from God, that we are also part of Creator, and as such we are also assistant, we also the co-creators. That's the word I'm looking for. We're also the co-creators of our own life, our own destiny, if you want. So we must never forget that the light is always in us. It cannot be there because we consist of electrical particles. So moving on to card number 3, the Guardian at the Gate. This card is talking about that now is actually the time to for new openings in our lives, to go through some kind of passage. There's some kind of thing we need to move, or kind of a portal, and we can see it up here. It's like there's this sandwich effect here, where we've seen now also in the world that energies and resources are really accumulating for changes. There are developments all over the world right now with the possibility for positive change, and I feel very strongly that this is what this card is referring to, that right now we have actually the possibility to go through new openings. We may feel that we are in a sandwich right now where we are feeling squeezed and it's tight and it's moving very slowly perhaps, and we feel that we are being dragged through some life experiences right now. So perhaps only also on a personal level you may feel that in your own life right now, that you're really being dragged through things, that things really take time and you don't always know what to do. You don't feel that you're shining in your life right now. But this card is telling us that there is an opening going on right now. And when we have gone through that portal over here, up here, we must know that when we first arrive up here, after all the turmoil and chaos going on, there is no going back, okay? The universe is also a constant movement or motion, always. There is no kind of going back to exactly the same circumstances, to exactly perhaps the same places with exactly the same people and situations playing out. There is no going back. This is talking about irrevocable change. So when we come in and ask for assistance here, for more spiritual empowerment, to please show us all of our talents and abilities in life, please tune us into that, please make us come back in alignment with that. We must know that when we do that, there is a portal opening for us. We can't just slip through here, but then we also need to realize that there is no going back. So maybe we want to work on that as well on a personal level, really think about what's going on in our lives right now, and really be more aware of what it is that we want in our lives to really push through over here. It can of course also mean that there's someone in some person or persons in our lives which who need help to come through this gate. So maybe you also find that you may be the way shower for someone who needs to come through a portal in their lives right now. So it can go both ways. So definitely we need to reconsider and reflect upon our lives, what it is that we are calling in, what it is we want with our lives, that all hope is not lost. We are always in tune with the light within ourselves. It's just about having the awareness of it. And both these cards are actually in the same group of the fairies here, which are called the ministering angels. They are called the singers of the realms. So they are always with us. They are the closest energy to source itself, to creator. So they are here to assist us with kind, nurturing energy, letting us know that there is always someone next to us while we are passing through life and moving on our life journey. We are never alone. So they're just coming here to nurture us, to kindly show us the way forward, showing us that there's a shoulder here to lean on if we need that. And so that is really what this is about, to lean, to really lean up against that energy, to really take in that energy, to ask for help and guidance. What is it that we feel that is so lost? Why have we almost given up all hope? Why is there a veil between ourselves and our innermost, our cause for why we are really here? And when we start to ask that question, we can move through. There is a flow in the energy again. So let's pull some tarot and see what they have for us of further information on this. Let's just ask the Witches Tarot. What do they have for us? Too many cards are coming out. There's one card here. Okay, let's try to see. Shuffle once again. Okay, so we have a couple of cards coming out here as well. And I will just start by showing you the bottom of the deck, where we have 6 of Swords coming out, which is talking about you know, delays, suspension, misunderstandings, miscommunication, and this is also referring to our mental body, our thoughts, thinking patterns, visions, ideas, communication with others, both through speaking and writing. So there is something here where we can see that this witch is stepping out of the, you know, walking behind 2 other persons. She's just like leaving with the wind here. Changes here. The autumn leaves come in here to take her away. Now, the autumn is always talking about harvest, so there's something that we can harvest now from perhaps that has got something to do with our emotions as well. There is clarity on that now. So we are moving beyond misunderstandings, delays, whatever has been holding us back on a mental level with our visions, perfectly with the card over here. Finally, there seems to be this breakthrough, because this can also be both on an emotional level, on a mental level, maybe in a spiritual direction. So it's just talking about openings in all our bodies. And in the details, this is about, first of all, the Hermit, card number 9 coming out, which is talking about that we are becoming our own gurus, that we are becoming our own spiritual advisors, an expert and a healer, where we are sitting here at the fire, trying to meditate, trying to go within, trying to figure out what the next step forward is actually. And so this is really talking about us coming out as our own experts, because when we align ourselves with our innermost, when we have a connection between ourselves and our higher selves, we are opening up to greater awareness of who we are, of where we need to go. And then we also open up for wounds that needs healing, which this card is also talking about. And that when we do that, we automatically also open ourselves up for actually healing those wounds, okay? So we are having enormously insight when we start to connect and reconnect, realign ourselves with our innermost. Sit still, listen to, you know, close your eyes, go into a meditative state and connect with perfectly. We have the fire here, reference to the sun, right? So there is fire. This is a reference to our life force, inner energy. And the other card that's coming out when we're talking about the details here is 5 of Cups, where we have almost given up all hope, which also the Solace card number 13 was talking about. We have almost given up. With the Cups, we are in our emotional body, we are in our sensitive body, using our psychic abilities and our spirituality, and we have almost lost every hope on the way. But this is also talking about it can talk about fear and just wanting to return to the past. No, I don't want to. I've just spilled all my cups. I'm not really looking at the balloons and the 2 cups up here, which are really ready to be celebrating. You know, they're looking for celebration up here, but we don't see that because we're at the edge of something. We're at the edge of the waters. We can't go any further in our own emotions. We can't push ourselves any further. We fear for the next step, you know, when we step out into the water, will we drown, you know? So there is something here going on in our spirituality, in our emotional body, I feel definitely, in the details. But overall, it is leading us above any kind of misunderstanding, miscommunication, suspension, something that we've been waiting for a long time, to finally be able to move on with free communication And again, we can see this stream of air here, or the current here, which is also a reference to the card over here, number 3, where we have this stream of air going on, stream of light. So there is something here that we are moving past now. We're stepping out of the mold. We're getting out of the rut. No more misunderstandings, no more delays. Our visions and our ideas are here to be realized. And in the details, this is really because we are coming into more hermit mode. We are going inwards. We are connecting with our innermost, so that we have the spirit now not to give up. We have the courage now to not give up. So this card is saying, don't give up. You're almost at that gate. You're almost at a new opening now. It's just about to happen. Don't give up. There are new spiritual insights. There are new emotional insights. And that will really connect our mental body with our emotional body, so that we can understand, we can see the visions, and we can also begin to feel it with our hearts. So let's have a last card to see what the magical word at this time is, as we're going through these beginnings. Also, new moons are always telling about new beginnings, so I also think the card number 3 is a perfect reference to the new moon, where there is a new build-up over the next at least 2 weeks until we have the full moon coming in. And we have quite a lot of cards coming out here. Okay. So maybe some magical words for you for the next 2 weeks to this build-up could be about our dreams. You know, what are we really dreaming of? Again, the moon, a reference to our dreams, our emotions, our divine feminine energy, our wild nature. We have a bit of a new moon here, so maybe it's connecting us more with who we are, with our dreams. And the next card coming out here is confidence. So we just got to keep believing. We just got to keep flying. Also the moon here, a reference perhaps to the next full moon. So what are we building up for the next full moon? We're building up our dreams. We're building up our confidence. We need to spread our wings and fly and not give up. And the last card that is coming out is this card, strength. Yes, also the moon here, butterflies, transformation, a little tiger, talking about being present in the moment. So really go with our wild nature with this build up over the next 2 weeks, and then coming into realization with the next full moon. So that's what we're building up, transformation and confidence and our dreams. Really give it all that you can. With Virgo season, we are also very much into the work. Virgo is an earth sign, so there we have it also a direct link with the fairies, which are always representing Mother Earth and a very grounding energy. So there is a build-up now. There's a strength here. Come into confidence, believe in your dreams, and do everything you can. Put all your strength into that transformation by being present in the moment, and we will see some new results of that when we have the next full moon, which will be in Pisces, the opposite sign of Virgo. So this was what I had for you for this Fairies Oracle and Witches Tarot reading. I hope you have been inspired to perhaps dive deeper. I hope you will take great care of yourselves out there. Thank you very much for watching and listening. Take good care of yourselves. Bye for now.